Cheers everybody, my name is James McCready. I haven't done that in a long time because I've been doing a lot of Life is Strange. But welcome back to Dream Daddy. We are back on Dad Book. And today in Tampa, when I woke up, it was under 60 degrees. So, because I take every excuse to be able to put on long sleeves, because I love them, they're so nice, it's so cozy. So nice. I love this. I bought this for literally like $5, and I have my Van Oss head, and that's what I'm gonna wear because, you know, couldn't afford the entire costume. But we are on to Hugo. I don't know what voice I gave Hugo because, again, it's been so long. But I'm gonna hear like a sound piece of his, and I'll just decide from there. Hugo Vega. Middle school teacher, high school teacher, writer of scholarly articles on 18th century literature for various esteemed publications. If you're on here to tell me that my son put a cherry bomb in your trash, I know, and I'm sorry. On a Friday night, you are most likely to brew some strong tea and paint my miniatures. That's strong tea. He's got some kratom, doesn't he? If you had one thing to take with you onto a desert island, what would it be? A Remembrance of Things Past by Marcel Proust. What are your turn-ons? Muscles. What did you want to be when you grew up? A movie star. What's your favorite movie genre? Documentaries on art history. What's your ideal date? Each of us read a different book on opposite sides of the couch in comfortable silence. What do you never leave home without my glasses? Actually, I forget them at home a lot. He's not wearing his glasses right now. That's a funny touch if that's intentional. I worry that people are... Oh, spend a lot of time thinking about... I worry that people are against e-readers, are more in love with the idea of books than actually reading them. It's time to message a new man's. I navigate to Hugo's Dad Book page and type out a message. Hey Hugo, great seeing you at the barbecue. Want to hang out sometime? I wait a few minutes before the computer dings. Again, I'm waiting till I get a sound clip so I can remember what voice I gave him. So I'm just going to read this in my voice. I'm so glad you messaged me, and I definitely want to hang out sometime, but I have a favor to ask. Our class is going on a field trip to the aquarium today, and one of our chaperones called in sick. Is there any possible way you can come by and replace them? Uh-oh. I completely understand if you don't want to or can't make it, but I'm gonna be honest with you here. It's the middle school class. I need as much help as I can get. I think about it for a moment. Man, that's a lot of screaming kids that I'd be accountable for, and they're in middle school. Arguably the worst age to be. Not even arguably, it is. Well, I mean, 20s are pretty bad too. Amanda silently trudges to the kitchen and pours herself a bowl of cereal. Morning, Amanda. Morning, Pops. Hey, how was middle school for you?
Aww.
Bad, but nobody likes middle school. It's 3 years of bad acne, crying, and generally being terrible. Everyone sucks, no self-awareness, it's just a bunch of hormonal teenagers locked in a gross old building for 40 plus hours a week doing long division and starting fights over pizza day. Top 40s, Pop. Middle schoolers should be avoided at all costs. What was your middle school experience like? I didn't like it. I had my first crush in middle school, and I'm still bitter about it. Alexa Stuggs, you heard me, and I'll never forget. What'd she do to you? I stare off into middle school distance, remembering the 24 hours that we dated and the 3 times we held hands during class periods. And I remembered the bitter betrayal, her leaving me for Arnold Birmingham, him making me eat dirt in front of her. I don't want to talk about it. See, middle schoolers are reprehensible. Wait, why are you asking me about middle school? Oh, Mr. Vega requested my help to chaperone his middle school class to the aquarium. Just wanted to know what I was in for. You get to go to the aquarium? Are you kidding me? Last field trip I got to go on was the clam chowder factory. They didn't even give us clam chowder. They gave us square pizza at a clam chowder factory. Oh, is that why you won't eat clam chowder anymore?
Hey.
No, it's because Bobby Wellingham threw up in one of the vats of clam chowder, and I'm the only one who saw it happen. It haunts me. Right, let's leave that story firmly in the past. Anyway, you should just do it. Mr. Vega sounds like he could really use the help. Plus, you get to hang out with cool fish. It's true. Amanda, I get kind of weird about aquariums. The ocean makes me nervous. What? Are you worried that a whale is going to pop out of a touch tank and swallow you whole? If there's a whale in a touch tank, I am happy. Oh my god, am I happy. But then also that is a very, very, very large touch tank. That should be the ocean. I'll never get to touch a whale in my life. I just realized that. That is the realizations that I've never had before. I am never going to get to ever touch a whale. Don't you put fear in my heart. Well, do they have penguins there? Yes, they have penguins there.
Yes.
Then it's settled. Penguins outweigh fear of ocean. I sit back on the computer and let Hugo know that I'm available. He tells me to meet him at the aquarium and gives me the address. It's like 2 blocks away from our house. I grab my keys, kiss man on the forehead before I head out. I arrive at the aquarium to find that the school buses have beaten me there. Preteens huddle around their teachers in small groups, yelling at each other and goofing off. Every teacher looks like they're at their wits' end. Hugo, oh. No, that's like Robert. Hugo jogs up to me looking frazzled. I'm so glad you're here. No, that's Brian. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here. Hugo, it's been a debacle all morning. We're short-handed and most of the kids won't stop screaming, as I'm sure you know is the case with all middle schoolers. I lived through Amanda at 12. I'm all too familiar.
Oh.
Oh. Kind of sounds like my oh. Great. Well, it's you and me chaperoning a group of 10 kids. They're over here. Hugo walks me over to a gaggle of preteens who are all sitting on the ground playing with their phones. They're not kicking each other like some of the other groups, so we're off to a good start. Can you guys put your phones away? No, that's too Brian. Why can't I get this right? I'm gonna give up. Can you guys put your phones away? That's it. All of the kids look up for a moment to stare at Hugo, then they go back to texting. At least they're quiet? Too quiet. Nerd. Too quiet. These kids are up to something. I can feel it. There's no way. They're too busy thinking about not getting food stuck in their braces to pull any stunts. It's middle school after all. We'll see. This is pretty! Look at the colors! The shark. Don't eat Dory! That's Dory. I think that's literally an outline of Dory. The classes start filing into the aquarium and Hugo hands out massive stapled packets of paper to each kid. The octopus! I never saw that. These are due at the end of the field trip. Yes, this will be for a grade. No, you can't borrow a pencil. The kids collectively groan and grab the sheets from Hugo. What's in the packet?
Oh.
Honestly, it's just busy work so that the teachers can have a moment's reprieve. I think one of the questions asks them to sit quietly for 10 minutes and think about the Great Barrier Reef. Teacher hacks. I like it. Wait, I thought you were an English teacher. What does the aquarium have to do with books?
Oh.
We just did a unit on the old man in the sea. Nothing quite like introducing kids to the futile perseverance of the human spirit by making them pet stingrays.
Oh.
It gives us time to check out some of the exhibits as well. Come on, they have a phenomenal selection of tropical fish. While the kids sit on the floor and pretend to do their assignments while they text, Hugo and I wander over to a large tank filled with brightly colored fish. Hugo points to a brown and white fish with long spines. That right there is a lionfish. Did you know that their stomachs can expand up to 30 times in size? Whoa.
Oh.
Their spines are venomous too. Nature is hardcore.
Oh.
You'd think that's bad. Take a look at this one over here. Hugo points to a spiny, grumpy-looking fish hanging out near the bottom of the tank.
Hey.
That's a stonefish, the most venomous fish in the world. And they just, like, keep it here? Oh, they're relatively harmless so long as you don't step on them. What happens if you step on them?
Oh.
Tissue necrosis. Cool. Nature is wild. Man, Hugo seems to know a lot about fish. I feel the overwhelming need to impress him. No! We already went to Brian. Hey, see the fish over there? That one? Yeah, that's the... Jesus Christ. Blue-nosed wigglyfish.
Oh.
Oh, that was an... Okay. I may have messed up. Yeah? Did you know that... psychiatric fish trivia? This is the only species of fish known to develop clinical depression.
Oh.
Wait, are you serious? Absolutely not. I'm playing it for a gag here.
Oh.
Good one. We led the kids into another room. Sharks, sea turtles, eels, and other marine life swim around in a massive floor-to-ceiling aquarium. The kids begin trying to take selfies with the sharks. Hugo leaves my side to separate two kids start fighting over a Capri Sun. I walk around the room, reading the tiny little blurbs about different fish swimming inside the enclosure. After a while, I look around and see Hugo again. He's gazing up at the aquarium in childlike wonder. The ripples in the water cast blue, moving shadows across his face. For someone surrounded by angry hormonal preteens, he looks completely peaceful. He looks really cute in this light. I hope he doesn't notice me staring. Wow. I walk over to join him. Beautiful, isn't it? I'd rather stare at you. We can learn a great deal from Mother Ocean. A great many mysteries lie in the ocean. It truly is fascinating to be able to observe it in a setting such as this. That's a very astute point, James. We stand together for a moment, admiring the wonders of marine life. Oh! I see stingrays. I've actually bet stingrays a lot, because my local baseball team, the Tampa Bay Rays, formerly the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, have a Rays touch tank. And I used to go up and do it all the time. And we can feed them and stuff too. They feel so weird, so slimy. We eventually make our way to the touch tank room, which seems to be the only thing the kids are actually interested in. The tank is filled with a variety of horseshoe crabs, sea urchins, stingrays, and small fish. I stand around the edge of the tank and try to keep a wary distance from the sea life. Who knows what kind of nefarious plans those horseshoe crabs have for their well-moisturized hands. Hugo rolls up his sleeve and sticks his hand in the water. Don't you want to pet some rays, James? Oh, I think I'm good. I think I should just stay over here and admire them from a respectable distance. Come on, it'll be fun and informative. Don't make fun of me, but I'm scared to touch them. I get weird when there's no glass separating us. I don't know what any of those things are, but I get the feeling they'll probably bite me in my delicious hands if given the chance. Nothing in this tank can hurt you. The stingrays have had their barbs removed, and horseshoe crabs only eat little clams. And the anemones are perfectly safe to touch. Against my better judgment, I approach the tank. Slowly dipping my hand into the cold water, I touch a stingray as it glides past me. See? Not so bad. Feels like fun, slimy leather. Things get a lot less scary when you learn more about them, right? I dive my hand back into the tank with a renewed vigor for ocean life. I poke at some urchins and feel the hard carapace of a horseshoe crab. My hand brushes against Hugo's as we reach for the same anemone. I pull away, blushing. Hugo smiles at me. Hey, you're supposed to be touching the fish. Sorry, I just get a little carried away sometimes. Wait. That girl over there looks suspicious. Why's that?
Hmm?
Are backpacks usually that wet? Hold on. She puts... Don't put Nemo in your backpack! Hugo runs after a middle schooler and catches her before she can make it to the exit. Wanna tell me what's in the bag?
Textbooks?
Wanna tell me what's really in the bag? Susan won't budge. I walk over to Hugo and the girl. I think he might need a bad cop. Look, kid. We don't have time for games here. Whatever it is, it goes back into the touch tank. Now.
You're not a teacher. You can't tell me what to do.
Yes, well, I am. Can you please put the bag down?
Next time we won't say please.
Susan glares at Hugo for a moment before dropping her book bag on the floor. It lands with a wet slap. We stare at it for a moment before it starts to move.
What?
Hugo leans down and unzips the backpack. A horseshoe crab frantically scuttles out and across the floor. An employee swoops in, scoops it up, and places it back into the tank. She gives us a disapproving look. Jesus, Susan, what was your plan?
I was trying to free him.
To where? Outside? Where he was gonna die? Susan, go back to your group. We'll discuss this later. Yeah, and hands where we can see them. Susan sulks off, leaving me alone with Hugo. He gives me a pat on the shoulder.
Oh.
Middle schoolers have sticky hands. I doubt that's the first time that's happened here. Or the last. In the next room, we see a variety of smaller tanks, sea urchins, tiny fish, and a rainbow of beautiful underwater plant life surrounds us.
Yes.
Look over here. Hugo points at some seahorses gathered at the bottom of the tank. One of them is in the middle of giving birth. It's so weird.
Hey.
That's actually the male seahorse. Sort of takes fatherhood to a new level, doesn't it? Hey kids, come check this out. There's a male seahorse giving birth. A low murmur from the students. They just jump back on their phones.
Oh.
Fun fact, male seahorses can even give birth and then get pregnant in the same day. Man, we thought we had it hard.
Oh.
I wonder if they have to deal with their kids' awkward teenage years too. All however many thousand of them. You seem to know a lot about marine life, Hugo.
Oh.
It's not really my specialty, but I do make a point to learn as much as possible whenever I can. I think that learning shouldn't end when you leave school. We should challenge ourselves to find more about the things we don't understand every day in our lives. Because if you stop learning, I don't think you'll ever be able to grow or change as a person. Good point. But I still don't trust the ocean. We'll get there. We finally make our way over to my favorite part of the tour, the Arctic exhibit. Do we get to see the penguins? Yes, we get to see the penguins.
Hell yes.
A group of kids run around the exhibits. They won't stop tapping on the glass to the puffin enclosure, trying to get their attention. For at least a few moments, teachers, chaperones, and students alike seem to be having a great time. What was I so worried about? This isn't too bad. Yeah, says the person who had Susan try to steal a horseshoe crab. Oh my god, there's a student in the penguin enclosure. Oh my god. Wait, just kidding. It's very bad. I've actually, at Busch Gardens, I've actually gone in the kangaroo exhibit and the penguin exhibit. The kangaroo exhibit was the best. It's the reason why kangaroos are my favorite animal. The penguin exhibit, they didn't like me very much. They bit me a bit. More than a bit. Is it one of ours? It most certainly is. Molly Henderson's Susan's friend. I look over to the penguins and see a determined-looking kid crouching behind a rock. She's hiding just out of sight of the employees. Over on the side of the enclosure, I see the door to the exhibit ajar. Was it unlocked this whole time? We gotta stop her before the staff sees and bans our school for life. Hugo looks around. I'll create a distraction. Hugo runs toward the puffin exhibit and addresses the entire room. Everybody, I have an announcement. The whole room turns towards Hugo. Here's a few facts I bet you didn't know about penguins. Everybody just stares at Hugo confused. Well, this is my shot. I run into the enclosure and I'm greeted by a cold blast of air. Psst, hey! The girl whoops around and looks at me. Her nose is pink from the cold. You can't be in here! Neither can you! I try to walk over to the girl, but the ground is so icy that I just end up slipping. I catch myself before I hit the ground, but the girl still laughs at me. Contrary to popular belief, penguins are birds. Birds are traditionally known to fly, but penguins cannot. So I can understand some confusion when we're discussing the birdness of penguins. The crowd is still somewhat enraptured. Kid, what are you even doing? I'm letting the penguins go. They deserve freedom. Where are they even gonna go? They're gonna live in my closet. Look, I just don't even have time to argue about this. We're gonna get out of here. Not until I save a penguin.
I don't know.
Little known fact is that penguins only live in cold climates. With some exceptions, so they don't all live in cold climates if you're splitting hairs here. Did I mention that they don't fly? The crowd is starting to lose interest. I'm running out of time. Try to relate to her. I think back to a time I released all the feeder mice from the pet store. It was a disaster. I was 6, but it was a disaster. Molly, you know, life can be cruel. Money. Give me money. I'll give you $20 right now if you leave with me. Molly thinks for a second. Okay, well, give it to me right now. I reach in my pocket and pull out everything I have, examining each bill. Okay, well, I have $12 and some change. There's a button here. Is that enough? Pay me the other 8 later and we have a deal. We move to shake on our agreement before I suddenly realize there's a wave of penguins on their way out of the enclosure. We're gonna have to block these birds. There's the event. Here we go. This doesn't seem too difficult. Oh god. Oh god. You're all staying back. What? How did
Drive that team.
But penguins were escaping when I had nothing to shoot them with. And all the penguins now have money. Oh! S! I thought I failed that. Can that sound stop, please? Thank you. Glad that's over. Just in time, too. Looks like Hugo is wrapping up his diversionary penguin speech.
Hey!
And that's why I think penguins are one of the best animals in the world. A few people in the audience clap out a sense of duty. Everybody starts dispersing. Hugo spots us from across the way and runs over. Molly, what were you doing in there? I was liberating animals, Mr. Vega. You realize that the penguins can only survive in Arctic temperatures, right? You would have had a dead penguin on your hands. Well, it was the thought that counts. No, Molly, it wasn't. Molly turns to me. You owe me $8.
Sweet Manchego!
Sweet Manchego! What? I'll pay you later, kid. Molly runs off towards Susan. I suppose that they can compare animal theft notes.
Oh.
You're not off the hook, Molly.
Hmm?
James, did you just bribe a child? You can't play by the rules when there's penguins on the line. Listen, man, we've all done dark things in our lives. I'm not the young, bright-eyed youth I used to be. That person believed in a world where you wouldn't have to bribe children to save a penguin. That me today knows different. I only wish I could go back.
Ah.
Let's just get through the day and get out of here. With the day finally coming to a close, the whole field trip is ushered through the gift shop, and we make our way back to the school buses. As we leave the aquarium and the kids load onto the buses, Hugo pulls me aside.
Oh.
Hey, James, thank you so much for helping out today. You're a lifesaver. It was no problem. It was actually kind of fun.
Ah.
Let me take you out next time and make it up to you. You like cheese boards? I'm all about cheese boards. There's nothing on I'm all about cheese boards. Great. Well, I gotta go make sure the kids don't steal anything else. See you around. I walk inside to find the house empty. I wonder where the panda's at. Before I know it, Amanda pops through the front door. What you up to tonight? Just doing some homework. How's the aquarium? It was an adventure. Some kid tried to steal a penguin. We've all been there. I had to run in and grab it before any of the employees saw. You gotta go in the penguin enclosure? Did you steal the penguin for us? Amanda, no penguins were stolen thanks to the valiant efforts of myself and Mr. Vega. It was nice getting to spend some time with Hugo, though. I'm surprised he helped complete a covert op. He's usually kind of a what? Kind of a stick in the mud. He's actually pretty cool. I had a good time with him. Alright, too much adventure for me today. I'm gonna go rest my eyes. You mean take a nap? There's a difference. You'll learn when you become a father. You don't go to sleep. Cargo short, family vacation, youth, call-in, theft, bad cop. Oh! I got an S!
That was so good you gave me goosebumps.
Why was there a pause?
Welcome. You've got Dad.
Asiago Getter. But that was the first date with Hugo. We went to the aquarium. Kept the penguins from escaping, although 3 of them escaped. Why do we not get to know what happened to those 3 penguins? Does anybody know what happened to those 3 penguins? No? No? There's nobody that I'm talking to? I love you all so very much. Best luck to you guys. I'm out.